Welcome to Q&A Selling Online, with answers to questions about creating an online empire, promoting products, or building a brand. Your host, private label and e-commerce entrepreneur, Quinn Amorm.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. This is Quinn here. Today I want to talk about advertising on Amazon, but using Seller Central. So there's a new feature in Seller Central. There's actually a couple new features in Seller Central. Nothing very special, nothing to die for, but there's a lot of people that create their ads and manage their ads inside of Seller Central. A lot of the new accounts that didn't have access to the Amazon AMS, Amazon Marketing System, that back in the day we used to create a Vendor Express account with a product that we didn't want anymore, just to gain access to that. Now, you can't, if you had it, you keep it, you still have access to it. If you didn't, you don't have access to the AMS because it was taken offline, right? I mean, not taken offline because it's still there, but you have different options today that back then didn't exist. Now, under Seller Central, like I said, there's a few changes under the advertising tab, under your campaign manager. There was something that we always used to create auto campaigns when launching a product, just to know exactly what keywords Amazon was considering as relevant for. And then we would look at those. We would download search term reports that we don't need to download anymore, right? Amazon now shows you those search term reports right there, right on the page. You can click on it. That's one of the new tabs. That's nothing super special, but I mean, it's cool to have. Now you don't get your folders full of old search term reports that you don't use anymore. And I mean, manual campaigns also have this, not just the automatic campaigns. But the difference in those search term reports on an automatic campaign is, if you remember, if you used to do them before, you know that we used to get a bunch of ASINs in our search term reports. And then at least what I would do is, copy and paste those ASINs into Amazon to find out what we were showing up for, and finding out basically what competitor we were showing up for on those terms, and try to figure out what was going on there. Now you can see them right inside those search terms in a automatic campaign. You can see the image of the competitor's ASIN. You can see the ASIN itself and the title of that product, right? So you don't have to copy and paste. That saves you a little bit of trouble. No big deal there. But this can be very helpful if you are creating your ads inside of Seller Central, and you can see the number of impressions that competitor of yours was getting per day if you're targeting him all day. Sorry, before I go any further, I want to explain to those that don't know, because this used to be a very common question: why are there ASINs inside my search term report? Just so you know, when you look at Amazon.com, you're looking at a product. If you scroll down past the product that you're looking at, there is always a sponsored products related to this one. Those sponsored products related to this one, if you click on those, basically it's telling Amazon that the product that you first landed on, you typed something, you did a search and you landed on that product, right? So that keyword is awarded to the very first search term that you did. Now, if you click on a sponsored product related to this one, the keyword that originated that click was actually the ASIN of the first product. So I hope this is not too complicated. It's actually very, very simple if you understand what I'm saying. Now, that ASIN will show up on your search term report because somebody was doing a search for something, and the product, the search itself didn't bring them to your product, but your competitor's product is the one that brought them to you. So that's what happens there. That's why you cannot negative ASINs on automatic campaign. But now you can see all of them. And this is very beneficial if you are creating category target campaigns. Now, hopefully everybody knows what that means. Inside of Amazon, it's not a new option, but it's, recent. And you can target categories. You can target subcategories. You can target products and all that stuff. When you are targeting a category or a subcategory, there are options inside that target that are new as well. So you can create right inside Amazon Seller Central, you can create a campaign that is targeting a category or a subcategory, And then inside that subcategory, you don't want to target everybody, right? There's going to be competitors that you do not want to show up for. For example, if you are selling a product for $100, you don't want to target your competitors that are selling for $9.99 because your customer is not the same. That's a different customer base that is buying the $9 product versus the one that's buying the $100 product. Okay, so targeting those could be a waste of money because, like I said, it's not the same customer. So you can exclude those. So there's options already built in your targeting here where you can remove certain products that are below a whatever price you decide. So you can tell Amazon that if my competitor's product is below $25, do not target them. Only show it for products that cost above $25 or between $25 and $50 or between, I have one target that says only target products which price is between $25 and $300. Okay, so that's a little bit more broad, but just so you know, it is possible to do so. Then you can also say you can create different ads inside each campaign. And you can create one that says, for example, and all of these can be combined. For example, target products that cost between $40 and $50 that are not prime, products that are not prime. Why does this matter? Because people want immediate delivery. People want the next day delivery or the 2-day delivery. And if you are showing up on a product that has a 2-week delivery, you may get that conversion. You may get that sale. So it is very good to target people that, or SKUs, ASINs, that are not prime. That's one of them. If you combine things like, and all this, like I said, all this is possible right inside Seller Central. You want to target products that have a under 3-star rating that are not prime and cost more than $100. Now, the product, your competitors are more expensive than you. They are less quality because their average rating is below 3 and they are not prime. So your chances of getting a conversion inside this targeting ad are a lot higher than if you're just doing a broad ad, right? So this is just something that you can check out. You can play around with. Do not just take my word or anybody's word for granted. You can test things, make sure they work for you. It may work for me in the collagen category. It may not work for you in the electronics category. Test everything. Everything you do, test it. Make sure the results are positive. If they are, continue doing it. If they are negative, of course, stop doing that. Now, that is about it. There's another new thing as well that is pretty new inside of Amazon Seller Central, and that's when you create negative targeting. For example, we're looking at this same campaign where we target the category. We're not targeting the products. We're not targeting keywords. We're targeting the category or the subcategory, right? So you can select which subcategory you're going to target. Now, inside that subcategory, Amazon is going to show your ad when anybody is browsing anybody inside that category, unless it meets one of your filters. If they are Prime eligible and they cost between $50 and $300, show them my ad. If their rating is below 3-star rating, you can also do that. If they have less than 100 reviews, target them. If they have more than X, don't target them, of course, right? And a lot of these things, we used to do these manually. I had the VA do research on all competitors and pull up everybody that had between X and X reviews, people that had less than a certain amount of rating, just so we know we're not targeting people that we can't beat. Of course, that would be a waste of money. If, I don't know, let's say you're selling a collagen product a skincare product, and your competitor is L'Oreal or Olay. I mean, they have the social proof already. They are the ones that are spending millions on TV advertising. If somebody searches for Olay skincare, trust me, they're not looking for your private label brand, right? More than likely, your price would even be higher than those big brands. Well, let's talk about the negative here real quick. Negative targeting is very important when you're doing category targeting. This is because there are so many competitors that you do not want to show up for. Now, under negative targeting, before we used to be able to put all the keywords that you do not want to show up for. Now you can exclude brands. You can exclude the entire brand, or you can exclude at an ASIN level, right? So by default, if you click on the negative targeting, your brand, your own brand name is going to show up. If you are brand registered, maybe if you're not brand registered, it would show up as well. I'm not sure. I think it would always show up. Anyway, you exclude your own brand if you want to or not. Now, I don't exclude my own brand because I know if somebody typed in my brand name and they're looking to buy my brand name product, if I let my ad run for a second ASIN of mine of the same brand, this is considered a side sale. So if they want to buy product A of mine or product B, it is the same. I am willing to spend the extra buck or so for that click, and maybe they'll add them both to cart, right? So another option that, like I said, is you can exclude the ASIN. Now, when you exclude the products, you have the option to enter a list. If you already had these lists previously written down on Excel sheets or Google Docs, that people that you do not want to target when advertising, you can enter your entire list here. I mean, I don't want to advertise for anybody, but we use Helium 10 to pull out all the ASINs of competitors that we do not want to target. And we can enter them here, all copy and paste directly into Amazon. Or you can actually do a search. So you can search for a product name, an ASIN, a SKU, and enter them here and then negative target them, meaning you do not want to compete with these guys. So if somebody searches for their name or if somebody is looking at their page, you do not want your ad to show up because they are less likely to convert and you exclude them. Therefore, saving you money, lowering your ACOS, not that that is the most important out there. The most important thing out there, remember, is not having a low ACOS. It is gaining organic ranking. Organic ranking is going to bring you free sales. A low ACOS is going to bring you cheap sales. So if you can play with the future of your product in your brand, a low ACOS may be stopping you from growing organically, right? Just remember that. Low ACOS is not everything. It is important because we don't want to waste money. Nobody wants to waste money. But if you look at the future of things, knowing that if you can have a higher ACOS means that a month from now you're going to be on the top organically, it may be worth it. Remember that. All right, that's it for today. It's about a 15-minute podcast, so check it out. I mean, you can check all these things out for yourself under Seller Central, create on the Campaign Manager, create an ad. Even if you do not want to spend the money on the ad, you can create it, play around with it if you are new to this. Of course, if you are an experienced seller, if you have your AMS account, you can keep doing your AMS ads there. Now there's brand analytics that if you are brand registered, request access to brand analytics. Only the owner of the account can have access to the brand analytics. So if you are managing other people's accounts, you're not going to have access to them unless you have the main login. All right, that's all for today. Hopefully this helped. If you have any questions, you can contact me. Go to QASellingOnline.com. Leave me a message there in the contact form that is working perfectly. It has been tested. I have been getting messages. Everything is coming to me. And I may not answer the exact same day, but as soon as I can, I will answer to every single one of you. So thank you for listening, and start grateful, stay positive, and always profit.